Hey guys, welcome to Sippin Spillin with Syd from 3 Mississippi. It's Father's Day today. We just got back from church and it was a lovely service today. Um, so happy Father's Day. Happy belated Father's Day. As you guys are seeing this, it's Monday. Happy belated Father's Day to all you dads out there doing the hard work. Um, Mike and I both got to be involved in the church service yesterday because I volunteered to do children's time, and Mike was asked to lead the Apostles' Creed during service because we got a couple weeks here where we're switching pastures and pastors. I always say pastures. That's not right. We're switching pastors, and so we've got some people from the church kind of filling in some of the different gaps. Um, and it was a wonderful service, and really enjoyed that today. Kind of us all getting to sort of be involved in it. So that was fun. And it's a beautiful day. It started out, we had a lot of rain last night. A big storm came through. It's still very humid, but it's cooler out. Um, and I think we're supposed to get a little more rainy here coming off and on the rest of the day. But it's nice out. It's everything's kind of clean and crisp, and there's a little breeze, and it's just a very pleasant day, which is nice. We're going to go over to our wonderful neighbors whom we love, um, and have our Sunday lunch with them. We had our buddy Scott Southworth, who is lives in Nashville and or just outside, and he's a singer songwriter and he tours all over, and a very talented guy. And our friend Alan, down the road there, Alan and Lisa, they have a lovely little pavilion by their plake, as I call it, their pond lake, and we they made a pork butt and some hot dogs and sausage, and I made a giant thing of coleslaw and this crazy stupid Oreo pudding layered Cool Whip dessert thing, um, and chips and whatever, and invited a bunch of people, and had a really nice evening. It was him telling stories about different songs, and Mike and Frankie got up and sang. In fact, hopefully by today, you guys have maybe seen the video that Mike posted uh, on 3 Mississippi from Saturday night of all of that. And I know a lot of you guys have asked to see them sing, or to see a little bit of Scott singing. And so we're posting that. It's going to be an unmonetized video because we don't want to get any strikes or slams, even though it's all original music. Obviously, we don't own Scott's music. That's Scott's music. Um, so it's a little bit of a different style video than we would normally do, too, just because it's more of a kind of, I guess, a concert video in a way. Um, but I know a lot of you really enjoy it when Mike and Frankie have sung on some of the lives. And I know the last time they tried to do it on Tim's live, his microphone was set to cancel out background noise, and it canceled out the guitar and some of their voice. So you guys couldn't really hear them sing on that live. Well, that was probably about a month or two ago when Tim came for the last visit. Uh, so anyway, so hopefully you guys get a chance to watch that and enjoy it. We had a great time, and I think everybody, now that word is kind of spreading, there were some people that weren't able to make it, and I think they're hoping that he's going to come back so that they have a chance to see him perform, because it's a great little area, to do it. So maybe in the fall when the weather's really nice and we can sit outside and barbecue again and have a little concert in the evening before it starts getting dark too early. That would be kind of a fun treat. But so we're going to be getting ready here to go to Father's Day Sunday lunch soon, and then I've got some Brussels sprouts and some corn that I'm going to make, and I've made some bread, some nice cinnamon bread and stuff, and cinnamon chocolate bread that we're going to have for a treat later. And Mike's making Frankie's dough that she got. He's going to be barbecuing her backstrap out of that dough. Hey, handsome. You can come up here? Come on. There we go. And this little sneaky guy, he ended up in the house for a while today. We had Scott stay the night here, and then he left early this morning, and it was storming really bad out. And when it's storming really bad out, he doesn't like to be on the porch. He tries to sneak in, or he wants somebody to come sit with him on the porch for a little bit because he doesn't like the thunder, which I've told you guys before. Well, anyway, you know, with Scott not knowing the routine, this one snuck in and came racing upstairs to me. And so he got to stay upstairs for a little bit while I took a shower and whatever. But he's a good boy. Huh, he's a love bug. Um, but so yeah, he's sneaky, but he was good. And Marty, I put them both in my office because that's where Marty's litter box is and his food and everything, and his cat tree and all that. And so they hung out together in there for a while with no incidents. They were fine. Huh? Yeah, you snuck some extra food though, didn't you? Yeah, but yeah, we had pretty good storm between late last night, early morning hours today, and it's kind of petered out. But like I said, I think it might be. I don't know if it's necessarily done for today yet, so we shall see. And I hope it is, because probably later this afternoon, before I have to start prepping the corn and the Brussels sprouts, I got to go out and do a few chores outside and kind of see how the mucky water levels are doing out in the run area of the birds and all that kind of stuff. So I gotta go check on all that. But I think it'll be all right. And even if it's not, I guess I'll just get wet. That's what'll happen, because they gotta be checked on, gotta be taken care of. But oh god, I thought he was gonna knock my. I'm glad he didn't, but I thought he was gonna knock my camera over there for a second. But uh, yeah, and then Frankie's going to be gone this whole next week. We had, and it's funny too, because I think there was some things that I told you guys already, but it never got posted. There's been about 2 Sippin and Spillins that I recorded and I gave to Mike to post, and I don't know what happened, but they disappeared between the time I gave them to him and whatever. So there's been a couple days where we didn't post anything because I don't know what happened. So forgive me if I am repeating myself, but I know there were some things that I talked about that didn't get posted here on Sippin and Spillin that I had recorded, so sorry. But anyway, Frankie will be gone for next week, so it kind of puts a pause on some of the things we were going to be doing outside. Plus, we're supposed to have some weather off and on again the rest of this week, which we need the rain, so that's good. Hopefully, we have a couple dry days. It'd be nice if we could get some more of those holes dug. She's actually going to leave tonight. They pull out tomorrow morning, but she's staying at a friend's house tonight. And then they'll be gone for a week. They're going to be in service with a outreach program in Florida for a little while, which is it's kind of like a Make-A-Wish program for kids. It's called Give Kids the World. And then she gets to go to Disney World and Universal Studio. So, which she's never been to either one of those. I mean, she's been to Disneyland a bunch because we lived in California for a while, and that was kind of, that's where you take your kids, right? But she's never been to Disney World. I've never been to Disney World. I'm a little jealous that she gets to go before me, but but she's gonna have a great time. And we gave her paycheck a little bit early, so she had some spending money in case she wanted to get a souvenir or something. I think I need to put in a request for something probably too, because I'm like, I need you to get me something cute from Disney World. I don't know what I want though. It's kind of hard when you can't see the things, I suppose. But I'm excited that she's going to go do that, and I think that's going to be a good trip for the kids to get to be in service and then get to go have some fun afterwards. But we'll miss her here. It's going to be awfully quiet in the house with just Mike and I, which I guess is good practice for in a few years from now when she's gone and not living under our roof anymore, and we're just rattling around the 2 of us in here. So we'll see how the rest of this week goes, but there are some things that need to get done around here, as always. Getting that fencing ready right now is kind of priority number 1, but with the ground being wet, it's a little hard to get those holes dug productively. So we're going to have to time that. So that might take another week or so before we get the next section done, simply because of the weather, which I know, Tim always jokes about, Tim on Ridge Life always jokes about, the YouTubers only talk about the weather, and it's because we're always building stuff and doing stuff outside with animals and gardening and all of that. So what happens is the weather affects all that, as you all know. So sometimes it makes it a little bit tricky. You want to do things on a certain schedule, but you gotta be patient, and you gotta take a beat and go, okay, well, not in my time, it's in his time. And oh, and there goes Bunko knocking over my camera. Hey, how about you go that way? Cool. um See if he'll stay. There we go. um but yeah, so i I'm hopeful that we'll be able to get a few things done around here. I do have a couple other projects. I got a big video that I want to be working on right now that I'm actually going to start on this week, of which I mentioned, I think, before to you guys, of uh, the fact that we've been here almost a year. A year ago this week was when I came out for the Mississippi visit and walked through the house the first time and met my wonderful neighbors, and got to check out the town and all of that. So that's been a year, and coming up the end of July, it's going to have been a year since we officially made the transition, and we've done a lot. And it was funny because, and I can't remember who it was right now off the top of my head, but somebody left a really nice, lovely comment about, basically saying, like, I know sometimes it feels like we haven't done much when you're in the middle of it, but when you stop and look at everything that you've done, and she named off a bunch of things that we have done and been a part of since we moved in this last year. And I was like, thank you for that. That was a good reminder, because sometimes we forget things along the way and we focus only on the things that we haven't had time to get to, or the things that aren't done yet, or where we aren't yet, versus look how far we've come, look how much we've done, look at all the things that we've participated in, um, and 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 to focus on those blessings rather than the the things that are lacking, or the things that are what we would say are negative things. Which is funny, ironically, that was what my part of what my children's time was about at church today, and kind of, you know so it's kind of funny. But anyway, there is a lesson I'm supposed to learn, so I'm paying attention. I am. But oh, don't knock it over again. He just wants to be in mommy's lap so bad right now. Huh, little bunkers. But but yeah, so I think that that video is going to be a lot of work, a lot of clipping a lot of things together, but showing the progress of the things that we have built here, like the coop and the chicken tractor, and getting started on the fencing, and doing some of the projects to make the house feel like ours, and kind of, a little more our style, from Barry and Rory's style, from when they owned it. Not that not that there was anything wrong with the way she had it. It was a lovely home, and it was well taken care of. But just some things are, you like a certain color better, or whatever. And I really honestly haven't done much in the house other than paint some things, and I refinished some furniture and whatnot, and I've obviously hung pictures on the wall and things of that nature. But nothing, I haven't knocked down any walls or ripped out any fixtures or anything like that. Eventually, there'll be things that will change out and whatever, but we're just not there yet. Um, but just kind of getting settled in and doing all those things. Bunko's just not having it. He's like, let me check out this tripod. There we go. We're just gonna hold it now because he's being special. So, but I mean, man, look, I hope we see, look how beautiful it is out there right now. I mean, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful day. It's overcast, and it's not cold, but it's not super hot. It was definitely humid this morning, as you can see by my hair. But it is what it is. Uh, but yeah, I'm excited to start working on that video and kind of, reminisce a little bit about the past year, and some of the things that we've done, and some of the things that are upcoming, like getting the puppies. I don't know if you can see those big boxes right there. Those are the outdoor feeders for the dogs. And I got their puppy food, and I dropped off to Jen the other day, because pretty soon they're going to be starting on nibbling on some solid food and incorporating that into their diet slowly. So I got them some wet food and some dry food, and they're going to start that transition. And, we'll have the goats back before we know it, and we'll have hopefully be trailering Beulah up to Mississippi State to have the vets there, give her a once over, make sure she's safe to be ridden. I know a lot of you were very excited for Frankie to be able to have her first horse, and a big shout out to Anthony for that being a wonderful opportunity and gift. And I think that that it's going to be a perfect fit. And I'm just praying that, the vet says, oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with her, she can be ridden. We did notice that her gait was off a little bit, especially that one back leg. I think it was her left side. We did all notice that, but we think it may just be due to her hooves needing to be trimmed, because didn't seem to be causing her any discomfort, and there was nothing in her attitude that showed anything was hurting her or feeling bad. So that was good. And Frankie and her seem to get along really well, and she's just she seems to be a very sweet horse, and just a good fit. She's only about 14 hands. She's by the best of all of our accounts, she's a Palomino Appaloosa, and something along those lines, I think it was, which I don't know much about horse breeds, so somebody's probably going to correct me and say, no, it's this or that, whatever. But that's what we've gathered. And yeah, so we're just excited. I think she's going to be a good fit, and Frankie's excited to start some groundwork with her. And I think that's going to be both really excellent for Frankie and good for Beulah too. I think that Beulah's going to enjoy that. So I'm excited about, another reason to get that fencing done and get that started. Well, not started. It is started, but get it finished so that we can get her checked out officially and then bring her home hopefully. So that's wonderful. But it's a nice little blessing, of course, to have that opportunity. So, but anyway, guys, I got to scoot. I got to get ready to go to Sunday Father's Day lunch and go start hauling all the food out to head that way for what I'm bringing, because we had leftovers from last night. So I got a big tray of stuff to bring over. So anyway, guys, I hope you had a wonderful Father's Day with your families yesterday, and we appreciate you. Hope you have a wonderful beginning to your week. And as always, stay blessed and safety's off.